a gasket. All right, and it's completely attached. So, should we proceed, or do you want us to stand by? What about this view? Can you see it better now? We can. Sergey, so during our training, we discussed that we can lift it up by about 10 centimeters, and if we do, I think it will be much more visible. And they're telling me that it is in the correct removed position right now. So let me get the camera as close as possible there. Yeah, but the caps are in the way. I am basically like all the way up to as far as I can go and as close as I can get. Alexei, tell us, did you manage to take imagery during orbital day? Well, we haven't done it yet, but we can. Let us do the imagery, and then we already have some recommendations for you what to do next. And Sergey, take the imagery on your end as well. Okay, well, I did it already, but I am happy to do it again. Sergey, Alexei, the recommendations are going to be as follows. When you are done with the imagery, then secure it with a medical clamp and then bite it off. After that, we're going to be watching how the cassette folds. I see a small bolt here at the top, at the very top of the cassette. In the corner, there is a small bolt.
Approaching the 3.5-hour mark into today's spacewalk, the view from Alexei Zabritsky's helmet camera as he works with Sergei Ryzhikov, the station commander, in just reviewing the procedures to remove and replace an experiment cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that they installed 16 days ago during their previous spacewalk.
Where we have all the liners in the cassette. Sergey. So, do you think anything is going to be in the way of the cassette folding? Then we are not going to do anything specific. We can cut through this rubber gasket or seal, but try to minimize any contact with the elements inside. All right? This is basically a micro-surgical operation. Put it in work. Do you see it on your cameras? Like at the there is a side liner, and it seems like there is like a small piece, a broken off piece. It has a roundish part, and the size is about 3 centimeters or maybe 2.5 centimeters, maybe like 4 by 2 centimeters. Alexei, we don't have a very clear image. Do you think this little piece or broken off piece is going to be in the way of folding or closing the cassette? Well, it depends on how it closes and how it behaves, because if it's lying flat, then it's no problem. But if it's not, then it's not. Okay, let us try and close the cassette. If it closes, then we're good to go. All right, sounds good. We'll try. And the SMEs are telling me that the cover is secured with magnets and nothing else. So be very careful with the cover as well. So don't hit it with any metal tools or anything like that. Copy? Do you have the tweezers ready? Yeah. And let's do it in our EVA gloves. Sergey, let's say we managed to grab onto that liner, by lifting it up with the tweezers, pincers, and then cut through it. So what should we do next? Do you mean what you should be doing with the tweezers? Hold on. Let me talk to the specialist what they want us to do. Well, tweezers should be discarded. Off they go. Sergey, in any case, you will have to do your best and put this rubber gasket or rubber seal into the trash bag. And the tweezers as well, right? Nope. That thing you take with you. Okay, understood. All right, let's try to wrestle with that rubber gasket, and then we'll decide what to do with the tweezers. Let me try. Let me give it another go. And I'll secure myself a little bit better. Shall we give it a go? Let's do it. Sergey? Alexei? What do you think would work best? Do you want to Well, we will have to go back into the crew lock bag, and it's a little bit too late. So the Dynacut is not an option now. And I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Yeah, this does look like a surgery or a brain surgery. All right, I managed to grab onto it. What if I remove it like this? Because it is removable. Great, I have removed it. Wonderful. Now, we can move the cassette down, and we can put it in the trash bag. Food trash bag. So basically, you remove it, and Alexei is going to be watching the cassette and how it's going down. Sergey, could you please repeat? So can it actually move down a little bit with the cover open? Yes, with the cover open. So, tell me, is there anything that stands in the way of the cassette going down or inward? Unintelligible?
Тогда, Сергей, ты занимаешься резинкой?
So, Sergey, then you are in charge of that rubber seal, and Alexei, watch the cassette.
Принято. Так, вы подскажете начало движения?
Do you want me to, will you remind me when the movement starts?
Вот тот осколок, про который я говорил, вылетел. Принято, Алексей.
And
Видно вам?
do you see it?
А вот теперь наблюдаем какой-то кусочек в углу.
So we see that little piece in the corner between the cassette. Do you see it? Can you see it?
Что с ним делаем?
What do you want us to do with it?
Ожидаем движения, нам скажут, и я обязательно вам передам.
And hold on. Give us a second. We'll discuss it on our end and give you the recommendations.
С осколком ничего не предпринимаете.
So you don't want us to do anything with this little cracked piece, like this broken off piece or shard. No, don't do anything with it. Copy.
Так, убрал.
And okay, I have it stowed in the food trash bag.
Завожу штуку в лоббек. Сергей, но мы этот еще пакет тоже оставим снаружи возле выходного люка. Понимаю, конечно.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 40 minutes into today's spacewalk. The view from Alexei Zabritsky's helmet camera as he and Sergei Ryzhikov work outside the Russian segment of the International Space Station. You can see Ryzhikov at the top of your screen wearing the Russian Orlan suit with the red stripes. The two cosmonauts are in the early stages of the removal and replacement of an experiment cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that they installed on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module 12 days ago during their last spacewalk on October 16th. The two cosmonauts are working to find the right tools with which to remove the experiment cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that has been collecting data for the past 2 weeks. Their intent is to replace it with a brand new payload cassette to continue gathering such data. While the two cosmonauts continue to work outside in this 277th spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, inside the station, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Kimiya Yui and NASA astronaut Zena Cardman have completed a review session with robotics officers here in Mission Control in advance of the arrival of the new JAXA HTV X-1 cargo craft tomorrow, which will be captured by the use of the Canadarm2 robotic arm operated by Yui, backed up by Cardman, as they operate the arm from inside the cupola workstation. The two crew members will reach out when the HTVX has arrived at a point about 30 feet away from the station, following a 3.5-day rendezvous, testing its systems, a number of far-field and near-field demonstration tests that will clear the way to prove the HTVX's capability to process data through its GPS systems, its rendezvous sensors, and to perform an approach and abort capability in the unlikely event a systems issue would require the HTVX to back away from the station during the final phase of its rendezvous. The HTV systems have been operating well, with no significant issues being reported, as it closes in for a capture tomorrow morning at 10:50 a.m. Central Time, 11:50 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, so I have this scroll of
We'll be providing continuous coverage of the rendezvous and capture of HTVX-1 beginning at 8:05 a.m. Central Time, 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday morning.
Наблюдаешь движение?
Can you see the movement, Alexei? It's very slow, yes, but there it is. Copy.
Движение продолжается, первая подложка уже.
Okay, the movement continues. The first pad is copy, Alexei.
Надо было, наверное, снимать. Надо было не снимать прокладку.
I guess this pad should not have been removed because it was, providing the tighteners, I guess.
We are in a handover between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll get the downlink video back from the station momentarily. This view from a balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center's International Space Station Flight Control Room in the town of Korolyov outside of Moscow.
Alexei, we had a short LOS. Yes, now we copy you, Moscow.
Наблюдайте движение кассеты.
The movement has stopped.
Пока нет.
So no movement right now.
Ну, там движение по подложке.
One of the pads unintelligible.
Ну, вот сейчас вторая.
Now the second one
С корпусом находится.
at the same level as the casing.
Сергей, подскажи, пожалуйста, вот эта крышка,
Sergey, and this
она остается
cover should stay here in the hardware,
или извлекается из кассеты?
or it should be retrieved together with the cassette? You mean the one on magnets? I will ask the specialists. Stand by.
Эта крышка остается в аппаратуре.
No, this cover remains on the hardware.
Пойдет.
Copy.
Back with our view from the helmet camera of the cosmonauts as they work to try to extract the payload cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that they installed on the station's Naoka module back on October 16th.
Наблюдайте движение.
Can you see the movement, guys? Not yet.
Принято.
Copy.
Есть движение.
I can see the movement now. Copy.
Три подложки.
3 pads
Кассете.
in the cassette now. Copy.
Принято.
4 underlying pads in the casing. Copy.
Следующая подложка самая главная.
The next one will be the most important one.
Не кажется, что зазор есть определенный? С той стороны есть зазор? Между...
Well, there should be a gap here. So do you have the gap on the other side, Alexei? Yes. On my side, it is semicircular. We can see the movement.
Сергей, Алексей.
Sergey, Alexei, we had a short LOS.
Движение пошло на пятую подложку.
So what about the 5 underlying pad? Is the movement started? Has the movement started? Yes, it's in process. Copy. Now it is in the same level as the housing. On my side, this cover is extended a little bit over the housing. Copy.
Эта крышка, это часть мэлэ.
Well, this actually is part of the equipment, this cover. Yeah, but it is misaligned a little bit, towards me.
Разработчики говорят, что в конце она центруется.
Developers are telling me that at the end it will be in the center. Okay.
Сергей Алексей, пока у нас
Sergey Alexei, while the pad is moving, could you please assess when you change out the cassette, will the cover be in the way? So, is it possible to do it in parallel while the cover is moving? You will be able to work with the cassette. Just assess this possibility. Well, we can try on the crossbar. Unintelligible. I think we will manage.
Алексей, а можешь...
Now, Sergey, in Moscow, we will try. Can you show us the cassette, how it looks from inside? Could you please put your camera aside so that we could look inside? Of course, we have information here on the telemetry on the ground that the cassette is assembled. Yeah, now we can see it. That is everything good with the cassette. You know, it looks covered, but it doesn't look to be in place, in location. Well, developers are telling that everything is fine. Okay, copy. Sergey, Alexei, that's it. So now we are starting to close the cover. And you will remove the plug from the housing, the one that is installed on the crossbar, in the crossbar. Okay, copy. Can I switch off the camera? Yes, you're going to switch off the camera. Copy. So the cover started to close, so the movement has started. Please secure the cap. Sergey, I'm securing it. Unintelligible. I don't understand what is the matter. Okay, I will secure the cap with a small red. Copy. Sounds good. I have secured it. Copy, Sergey. Now, the tab should be shifted to the side, and please monitor. The tab is open, actually. Copy. Then release the stopper on the hold down handle. Done. And now retrieve the cap. I'm retrieving the cap.
This is Mission Control Houston. We've just passed the 4-hour mark in today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts, Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zabritsky, are continuing to work to remove and replace an experiment cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that they installed on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module back on October 16th.
Driver number 1 that is installed right now.
Earlier in the spacewalk, the two cosmonauts completed the installation of 2 experiment components for a pulse plasma injector experiment on Naoka, cleaned a window pane on the outside of Naoka, and now we're in the process of replacing this payload cassette for the molecular beam epitaxy experiment. One more task on the plan for today is the relocation of an external control panel for the European robotic arm that is attached to the multipurpose laboratory module.
What's happening with the big hook? Just secure the cassette and stand by for our next recommendation. The cassette is secured. Copy. It's safe.
Приступаем к расстыковке разъема.
Now disconnect the connector, please. Demate it.
This cassette replacement work was always considered to be the most time-consuming portion of today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts are in the process of tethering the older experiment cassette that has collected about 2 weeks' worth of data before undertaking the installation of the new cassette that will continue to collect experiment data over the course of the next several weeks. This is the third spacewalk for Sergei Ryzhikov in his career, the second for Zabritsky, the 277th in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, the fifth conducted out of the International Space Station this year.
The connector is in the Lirka clip. Copy. The next activity. On the cassette will be deferred because we will wait for the closure of the cover, and in the meantime you can prepare the cassette with the driver number 2, installing it in the crossbar. I will see whether it's on the way. And if the safety tether is on the way, no, the cassette will be actually in the way. To retrieve the cassette number 1 and put it into the cover. Right now, I have a very favorable position. But if I put the cassette, I won't be able to reach it. Alexei, copy all. So the cover is moving right now, so please take a breather, okay? Copy. We can see that. We can see the movement. Visually, the cover stopped moving. It is closed. Copy. Please release the handle of the hold down of the cassette. Okay, it is released. Copy. And retrieve the cassette. No, it will be more comfortable for me. Okay, yes, so you can hold the handle right now from me. Take it from me. Okay, now let me position myself comfortably here. I'm ready. Stand by.
Я так не нашел.
Sergey, Alexei, we had a short LOS.
Так, вставляем. Нет, надо проверить.
Okay, now I have to rotate first and then insert. Yes, that's correct.
Кассету извлекли из гнезда, правильно?
So you have retrieved the cassette from the niche?
Да, кассету
Yes,
устанавливаем.
that's correct. Now we are installing the cap.
Тоже к заглушке.
Okay, go ahead.
Да?
Принято. Устанавливаем.
Copy, and you're installing the caps.
Не зашла. Надо толкнуть.
I need to give it another push.
Нет.
Not yet.
Встает, да?
It wouldn't go there, wouldn't reach.
Да.
У нас сейчас отсутствует видео.
We are not receiving video, guys. Could you please provide the running commentary? What's happening?
Вы пытаетесь.
We are trying to install the cassette into the head, but there is just half centimeter gap there. It would not reach the hard stop. I think it is almost there. No, not yet.
Между основанием вот на штуке на это.
Okay, so on this rod, there is just
Поэтому, соответственно, когда
a gap.
поворачиваем рукоятку,
So when we
она на фиксацию.
turn the handle, it cannot be fixed.
Подобное.
We had a similar situation before.
Картинка.
Now we are receiving the video, guys. We will take a look right now.
Видите, что вот она...
Can you see that something is preventing it from moving here, like a hot stop? Yes, we can see that.
Может, извлечь еще?
Maybe we should retrieve it once again and then try to reinstall it. Yeah, let's give it a try.
Сейчас, аккуратно.
А, Сергей, у вас рукоятка в открытом положении?
Sergey, is the handle in the open position?
Да.
Yes, that's correct.
Не доходит она полсантиметра.
It doesn't go all the way. There's half a centimeter left. We can see that.
Сейчас.
Попробуйте на клавишу понажимать.
Try pressing the buttons.
Нет, тут должны колесики попасть в пазы
No,
и прижать ее.
the wheels need to go into the slots to engage it, and they don't reach the slots.
Алексей,
Колеса не зашли.
No, it's still not there.
попробуйте вынуть кассету.
Alexei, try to retrieve the cassette.
Попробуйте вынуть кассету и
Try to retrieve it.
Секунду.
Please stand by. Don't pull it.
Не тащи один. Назад вернусь. Все, на месте.
It's in place. What's next?
Давайте попробуем ее вытащить и рукояткой немного нажав клавишу подвигать.
Let's try to retrieve it. No, it seems like it's in place. Hold it. I'm holding it. Inaudible.
Что еще раз, Сергей?
Say again, Sergey. We need to retrieve it and work with the button.
Вот до середины вытащили.
We retrieved it halfway. Then try to work with the handle.
Принято. Тогда задвигаем обратно и будем сейчас пытаться зафиксировать фиксатором проволочную.
Okay, then insert it back and we'll try to secure it with a wire tie. To work with the handle.
Принято. Тогда задвигаем обратно и будем сейчас пытаться зафиксировать фиксатором проволочную.
Okay, then insert it back and we'll try to secure it with a wire tie.
Получается?
Is it successful?
Внутри в этом кассете. Я тоже так думаю, что лучше посмотрите аккуратненько.
Yes, I think it's better to look inside.
И эти все ролики сейчас посмотрим.
Maybe I can see the rollers. Hold it. I'm holding it.
Ты внутри хочешь посмотреть?
You want to look inside? Yes.
Хотите внутри посмотреть, да?
You want to look at inside?
Да, да.
That's right.
Внутри визуально ничего не мешает.
After looking inside, I don't see anything interfering. Alexei, try to work with the underlayer locking lever.
Тоже посмотрел, но он
I looked at it, but
визуально-то они открыты.
it looks like it's open.
Еще надо посмотреть в колонке, там ничего нету, каких-то посторонних элементов.
Also, please look into the column. Are there any foreign objects there?
Визуально посторонних элементов нету, и фиксатор подложек тоже не мешает.
I don't see any foreign objects, and the locking lever for the underlayers is not interfering.
Как направляющая, там то все чисто, да?
Alexei, so the column that is serving as a guide, everything is clear there, right?
Тогда устанавливаем и
Yes.
думать, как фиксировать.
Copy. Let's install it then, and we'll think how to secure it.
Давай попробуем рычажок фиксации.
Okay, let's try to move the locking lever
Мы прям можем оперировать. Да, да, да.
like this.
Сергей,
Sergey. Yes.
может попробовать рычажком фиксации по...
Maybe we should play with the locking lever. Yes, let's try.
Повредить не повредим, попробуем поиграть.
Or can we damage the cassette this way? No, you will not damage the cassette. You can try playing with the locking lever.
Так, а доставка в Кузовке планируется, да?
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 16 minutes into today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts removed a payload cassette from the molecular beam epitaxy experiment that they initially installed on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module back on October 16th in their previous spacewalk. They are having a bit of a challenge with the installation of a replacement payload cassette to continue gathering data from that experiment. So the two cosmonauts continue to work to install this new cassette in the molecular beam epitaxy experiment as the spacewalk continues.
Okay.
The spacewalk began at 9:18 a.m. Central Time, 10:18 a.m. Eastern Time, and had been going ahead of the timeline until the two cosmonauts ran into slight interference issues with this replacement cassette work.
This one is not interfering.
Еще раз достать, посмотреть, нигде ли.
Inaudible.
В основании ничего. Сейчас еще. Светлика? Да. Посмотреть полностью.
Inaudible.